Welcome to another episode of Boss Your Morning Hacks, teaching you the what, why, and how to boss your morning effectively for life-changing results.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another series of Boss Your Morning Hacks. So today I'm joined by the incredible Woody Morris, and together we're going to be sharing some information with you about the mind-gut connection. So I felt it only right to just open up the knowledge bank, because actually what we do in Boss Your Morning is we feed our minds with so much good stuff every single day, and we know that if we boss our morning, we boss our week, we boss our month, we boss our year, we get to boss our lives. But there's one crucial thing that we need to do in order to not just fuel our mind, but also fuel our body with the right things as well, because that can have a massive impact on how we feel. So I didn't want to leave nutrition off the table. If you look after both, it's an absolute winning combination. So today we have Woody with us. Now let me just share a bit of information about Woody. She was born and bred in Edinburgh, 49-year-old mum of 3, very passionate about Scotland, her family, having fun and inspiring people to live a happy life that they love. Formerly a Sky Sports, GMTV and Scott Sport Rugby Roundup presenter, and met her husband Phil on the rugby pitch in Hong Kong. And after 20 years living out of Scotland, she returned to her homeland 7 years ago and is now living a dream in the beautiful Scottish borders. So she now runs a successful online health and wellness business. And last year she completed her challenge of raising £100,000 for Cash for Kids by supping, stand-up paddleboarding, and £50,000 by taking part in a horse race. So well done, Woody. She is an amazing woman and she's an absolute legend. She runs every day and is a huge advocate of the fact that age is but a number. So I'm so delighted that you're here with us today. So I've just mentioned that actually Woody has an online health and wellness business. I do too, and that's how we're connected. So we're hugely passionate about helping people with their health and wellness. So Woody, thank you so much for sharing some time with us today. Do you want to just give everyone a bit of a background as to when you recognised that nutrition, the power of nutrition, and how that kind of impacted you?
Sure. Oh, thank you, Tessa, darling. And I'm so honored to be here. You bossed your morning. It's been part of my life for the past 5 years. I love it. So grateful. So yeah, for me, I've got no nutritional training as such, but 4 years ago, as Tessa was saying, I decided I was going to learn how to ride. And I'd never ridden before. It was all going swimmingly well. It was all part of me raising this money for charity. And I fell off the horse really badly, broke 3 ribs, punctured my lung, and I was blue lighted up to hospital. Now, for me, that was massive because I'm a really active person. I'd never been in hospital. I've never been ill. And all of a sudden, I felt quite vulnerable. And I also had this race to do. I know it sounds crazy, but I had 8 weeks to heal my body. And I was determined to do this race. And I was told by so many people, but I think I was 46 at the time, no chance you're gonna heal your body. You're old. You're this, you're that, it's not going to happen. And I just was blinkered on, right, I need to find out what I can do. And it all came down to nutrition. So I basically educated myself, having had no background education about nutrition, how to heal my body, basically, excuse me. And that's what it was. And it was all about not so much what you eat, but what you absorb. So therefore, your gut has got to be in super good nick to absorb all the nutrients that you put in there. And that's where I discovered there was this huge link between your gut and your, basically happy gut, happy life. 95% of our serotonin, which is our happy hormone, is made in our tummies. And this is information and knowledge that people are just bringing out now, because nutrition is one of these things that's continually evolving and people are learning stuff all the time. The other big thing is 80% of our immunity is found in our gut, in our microbiome. So if you imagine like your tummy and your gut is, your microbiome is like a rainforest. It's got so many things in there, viruses, bacteria, all this stuff. Some of it looks under microscope quite horrible, but it's good for us and it's what keeps us healthy. When I recognized this, I just thought, right, that's it. I'm going to eliminate all the bad stuff. So the bad stuff being all the, your addictive, inflammatory, acidic foods. So all your bad stuff, like your gluten, dairy, sugar, alcohol, caffeine. So you get rid of all of that. and you replace it with the good stuff. And I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do that? That's just like too much. But I followed an amazing program which just got rid of all that stuff, and you just fuel your body with just amazing food. You eat so much, you know, there's no deprivation, and you just feel amazing. And I think for me, the big thing was finding that actually you could heal your body through all this stuff. I went back to the consultant and said, like, here I am, you know, can you write me the you know, your, you know, I don't know what, notes of health, I guess, so I could do the race. And he was like, oh my God, he couldn't believe, he said, you've healed really quickly and you've healed really well for a woman of your age. I did want to punch him at that point, but he said I couldn't do the race. I never told anybody that. But that's when I really got so passionate, because I saw it firsthand for myself. So there you go.
Yeah. And that is absolutely amazing. And I love that. I love that you actually just took it upon yourself to study, to read, to understand, and also to implement some changes, which had a huge effect on you that was then obviously recognised by, you know, the medical professionals. And in terms of your mind health during that time, so you've mentioned about the gut and the mind kind of being linked. So what is the link between the gut and the mind?
Well, basically, because you're, as I just mentioned before, we've discovered that 95% of our happy hormone, serotonin, is made in our guts. So if you're fueling your body with rubbish, you know, like your sugars, like your, you know, and when I say dairy, you can still have dairy, but it's all things in moderation, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, and that's the key. And that's for me. Sometimes I was a real sugar head, and I would drink lots of lattes with sugar and eat lots of processed foods. And when you cut that out, then it allows your body to release this hormone, which then helps you become happier. And the other thing is what you're feeding your mind, which we do with Boss Your Morning. It is very much this link between the brain and the gut and the skin. It's all synergy. And I really, you know, you'll know yourself how good you feel when you fueled your body with great nutrition. And, you know, probiotics are really important. What I was doing was fueling my body with probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, which was just helping your wee tummy, then, you know, putting in some greens and all things that are really good for you. And then that is the link. That is going to, like I said, if you're eating rubbish, you feel rubbish. Think about if you've had a big weekend, you've been drinking loads, eating loads of rubbish. By Sunday, you feel bleh. Monday morning, you wake up, you feel bleh. By Thursday, you normally feel a lot better, don't you?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with you. I think at the end of the day, we all know that when we have like one of those blowouts, and actually the older you get, the more it takes to recover from that. It's like, you know, you don't feel at your best. So you're absolutely right in terms of kind of the impact that can have on your just your clarity of mind. And I think a lot of the things that we talk about in Boss Your Morning is like the visualization, is actually action. You're taking action, and that takes energy as well. So with your, you know, if you're low on energy, then that can then impact your actions, which then can push your dreams and your goals and your ambitions and your everything further away. So I think that energy that you kind of conserve the day with, it's, you know, that comes from fueling your body with the right things as well, doesn't it? Because it's everything can slow down. You know, I know what it's like. If you start the day on crumpets, and then you have, like, you know, a sandwich in the afternoon, and then you don't have a very good dinner, and you have a few glasses of wine, you know, you're clearly not fueling your body with the right, you know, energy foods to be able to optimize your actions. So it's all linked, isn't it? It's actually, you know, it's kind of working out, you know, being disciplined, I suppose, in every area. So we're disciplined with our actions in Boss Your Morning. We do them as soon as we can in the day, and by doing the things that we want to, that lifts your self-esteem, that makes you feel better about yourself, and you operate from that different vibration. The same can be said about nutrition, can't it? You know, if whatever you put in your body, being disciplined by what you put in, because actually if you know you shouldn't have something, it's like, oh, I mean, the odd treat doesn't matter, it's fine, you know. As you said, moderation is absolute key, but just knowing that if you have a really good day and you've been really good on your nutrition and you feel really proud of yourself, it's going to raise your self-esteem, you're going to feel better about yourself, and you operate from that different vibration. So I think that on that basis, both of them are completely linked like that, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. And it's the things like the brain fog, and, you know, like you just said, like when you're balancing your blood sugar, the problem is if you're lurching from a coffee to a cake to, you know, starchy, yucky foods, your blood sugar is going like this. So you're like going, oh, I'm tired. And then by the end of the night, you're absolutely exhausted. So you're not sustaining that energy all the way through the day. And like, it's all about energy. Life is energy. If you've got no energy, you don't want to do anything. So, and you know, what you want to think about, and this, I really visualized this when I was lying in my bed, and I was literally visualizing, and I was reading really good books. Like, one of the books I read was Jack Canfield, The Success Principles, when I was lying in my bed. And he actually says in that, there's a quote in there somewhere saying, get back on the horse. I was like, it's a sign. But, you know, honestly, I visualized it happening. I visualized my bones knitting together. I visualized my body being flooded with incredible nutrition. I didn't eat sugar at all. I didn't drink coffee. I didn't drink any alcohol in that 8-week period because I was focused. And I think what blew my head off is that when I went back to the consultant and he said, you've healed. And I suppose I kind of knew I felt so much better, but it was like, wow, you know, we know we are what we eat. We know that, but we sabotage that all the time, don't we? So it's just those little hacks, isn't it? And, you know, we can give you some really great advice about that. Tessa can give you some great advice.
Yeah, and on our Boss Your Morning app, we also have, you know, we've got links to some kind of body and health packages or products that I absolutely adore, that I swear by, and a part of my daily routine. I know they are with you as well, Woody. So the Breakfast Club is one of the things I have on there, because starting your day in the right way with your mind, so important. And we all do that, because otherwise you wouldn't be on here. Or if you're looking at this for the first time, it's like getting your mind on track, you know, before you even start the day, before the lights will start going on in your house. So important, and it makes such a difference to your day. And then the first things that you eat, you know, are going to set you off on the right track as well. So the Breakfast Club is all about kind of fueling your body in the right way. The first thing in the morning, flooding your body with nutrients so you can really get out the starting blocks running. So you've looked after your body and you've looked after your mind. And then I also have, you know, I've also got a couple of other things on there. One of them is an essential oil. We use that because to fuel up all the senses. And the other one, Inner Calm, because actually when you go to bed at the end of the day, it's really important that you either do kind of a nighttime meditation, and for our VIP members, there's some nighttime meditations on in our VIP area, but just to kind of be able to kind of calm your thoughts, calm your mind, and actually have an amazing night's sleep. And I think by linking all of these things together, you're going to give yourself the best chance, you know, to have the most fulfilled and happy life. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, Woody, or?
Well, just, I am so passionate about this. Like Tessa said, I'm only a few weeks away from being 50, and I have got more energy. I run every day. I ride once or twice a week. I still go out on my sup board when it's not icy. I do yoga every day. You know, I have got so much energy now. And you know, being 50 is just, you know, I do believe age is but a number. When you're fueling your body and your mind with really good, incredible stuff that Tessa provides for you, you know, then you can't go wrong. And, you know, I do feel, and I know Tessa believes this so hugely too, we've got one life. Make it your best. Be the best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself. And I just feel so blessed that I had this opportunity to just, I guess, share my passion about this. And I really hope you take our advice, because you want to feel amazing, because that's the thing. We're meant to feel good. We're meant to feel energized. You know, we're meant to feel like this. So yeah, do yourself a favor and look after your wee body.
Yes, and you know what, that's such a good point. You know, we're on this planet only but once, and we have one vessel that carries us round and one mind that guides our direction. So we absolutely need to look after those. So thank you so much, Woody. You've been an amazing guest for us on Boss Your Morning Hacks, and I've loved hearing your stories. It's such it's just so impactful at kind of what you can achieve just by focusing on nutrition and mind. And I'm so glad that you've actually explained the mind and body connection so well to all of our Boss Your Morning community, because it's such a special place to be. And thank you so much for sharing yourself with us today.
Oh, pleasure, my darling. Thank you so much. Boss Your Morning, guys.
Bye-bye.
Boss Your Morning, every weekday with Tessa, your personal mindset mentor. A daily 30-minute live mindfulness and mindset session. Learn how to raise your vibe, boost your self-esteem, have a sense of calm, direction, and control through powerful techniques. Stay on track within a positive, uplifting community. Find Boss Your Morning in the App Store and on Google Play. Download the app to upgrade your life.